he told me that definitely Huff is one of the people who deserves the credit for him being here this evening. In addition, for a rookie,
he looks as poised can be tonight.
His first start, a complete game victory, July 31st.
And he starts this ball game by striking out Otis Nixon on 3 pitches. Tonight, staying with the knuckleball. Oftentimes, by the time the catcher gloves it, it looks like a ball. Bear in mind, it's where the ball passes the batter in the strike zone. Jose Lean the catch. 2 down to the top of the first. Wakefield has thrown 5 straight strikes to start the ball game.
I think you bring up an interesting point. There are 3 guys that have to wait: the hitter, the catcher, and the umpire.
Line and caught. First baseman Gary Reedus snared it. Tim Wakefield works a quick 1-2-3 first. After half an inning, the Braves nothing and the Pirates coming up. In the National League, he very well might be again in 1992. As Tim mentioned, Glavine is occasionally a slow starter. As a matter of fact, last year when he won the Cy Young Award, his first inning ERA was 4.76. And Reedus takes him deep to center. Back to the warning track. Nixon at the wall. He leaps and can't get it. It's backed up by Justice. Reedus on his way to third with a stand-up leadoff triple. And ironically, it was over the second half of the season that he had his struggles. He started out winning 17 of his first 20 decisions this year. Glavine, an excellent athlete, knocked it down, looked the runner back, and threw out Bell. What a great play by Tom Glavine to, at least for the moment, keep Reedus at third. Van Slyke just 1 for 9 in the series. The infield remains in. Well hit down to first. Bream looks at Reedus, who's caught between home and third, steps on the bag, and Reedus retreats to third. Down to first. Will this be a deflating experience for the Pirates? They got a leadoff triple and still they could not score. After 1, the Braves nothing and the Pirates nothing.
Bruce Del Canton, a pitching coach for Richmond, threw knuckleballs to Atlanta yesterday. And
Justice goes against the shift and gets a base hit.
And Dave Justice hit Bruce Del Canton better than any other Atlanta Braves batter. And here he comes out with a catching mitt to catch the knuckleballs of Tim Wakefield. That's all he's thrown so far, knucklers.
Chop to Lean. Tricky hop, he can't play it. Now picks it up and throws it past Reedus. Justice to second, first and second, and nobody out. Braves threaten with first and second and nobody out in the second. No score. That's down to third. King steps on the bag for 1. Lean is 2 as Bream is erased. Had that been hit a bit more sharply, that was a textbook triple play ball.
Or if it's hit a bit more sharply in that area, so they had incredible success throwing out runners.
Routine fly ball to left center, and Barry Bonds makes the catch. So the Braves threaten in the second, but they fail to score. After an inning and a half, the Braves nothing and the Pirates nothing. Tomahawk not, but here they have the Pirate hooks that you might see during the evening. Bream in foul ground with room. 1 out. A great number of players to the major leagues. And McClendon walks. The first thrown by Glavine, a 1-out base runner for the Pirates in the second. The 3-1 pitch with McClendon on the move. Bounced down to third. They did get the out at second, and that's the double play that ends the inning. Lemke got rid of it. Even with McClendon bearing down on him. 5-4-3. After 2, no score. Better than Mark Lemke, and he had to turn that double play.
He had to protect himself, too.
Lemke with another hit, and that one's heading for the gap. It will bounce all the way to the 375 mark. Lemke 6 for 9 in the series, and he'll stop with a double. They do turn him loose. With Bell playing up the middle right behind Lemke. He does bunt. Wakefield on it. He'll try third. Out at third. Charlie Huff in spring training, who told Wakefield, if you're going to be a knuckleball pitcher, you have to have faith in him. Otis wasn't sure about the count. It is ball 4. So now first and second with one out. That's the first walk issued by Wakefield. The 0-2 pitch. Down to third to King. A double play ball. They get one at second. Low throw. Dug out by Reedus. Double play is the story early in this one. It was the only run in the 5-1 defeat for Pittsburgh. It leaned back on the bench this time after the strikeout, the first of the night for Tom Glavine.
Of the 5 runs that Pittsburgh has scored during this series, 3 have been driven in by Jose Lean. Series.
Tim Wakefield. With those numbers you saw on the screen, now you know why they converted him from a first baseman to a pitcher. Literally 0-71 during the regular season. Hit that one pretty well, but right at Otis Nixon for the second out of the third. There is no score. Maybe we should just let the 2 number 8 hitters, Lean and Lemke, go head to head. They are providing most of the offense for their respective team. In game 3 of the National League Championship Series, Atlanta leads this best-of-7 series 2 games to none. Well hit down the left field line, hooking toward the corner. It's a fair ball. Gant knows it's a double. And at second base with 2 outs is Gary Reedus. So he has tripled and doubled, and he has each of the 2 Pirate hits.
But still unscathed.
Glavine again. That ends the inning. We've played 3, still no score.
Pendleton with that open stance, his left foot closer to the plate than his right one.
That's strike 3, even though Slot dropped it. Pendleton says it was high. Steve Ripley does not agree.
Remember, we were talking about how all 3 have to wait over the shoulder to make the play, but that ball could have been caught.
No error charged on the play. It's simply no play. Justice. Nice play by Reedus, who waves off Wakefield. 2 down. Continuing the point that I was making about Bobby Cox. That's well hit to right. On the run, McClendon looking up. Home run, Sid Bream. They were so close to being out of the inning were the Pirates on the foul tip. But Bream, with the life, drilled one well back into the bleachers in right field for his first. And now the 3rd season has begun for him. He is confident at the plate once again. That's a pop-up. King and Bell. It will be King for the final out of the inning. The Braves are on the board on the home run by Sid Bream after 3.5, 1-0 Atlanta.
Doubled in a run the second time up when Pittsburgh won game 1.
Well hit, knocked down by Bream. To Glavine for the out. Sid Bream just put the Braves ahead with his bat. He saved an extra base hit with his glove.
Tough play for a left-handed throwing first baseman.
At the end of the season, has expressed interest in playing in Atlanta in the past. Whoa, it hit him.
That might be the best thing that could happen to Barry Bonds right there. If the NLCS won't wake him up, maybe being plunked by Tom Glavine, and obviously that wasn't intentional. It has been a struggle for Bonds and the Pirates.
He stole 39 bases during the year. That's a double play ball if they hurry. Lemke dropped the ball on the exchange. Therefore, the out recorded at second. The umpires will call the out if the infielder lost it on the exchange to the hand. The 1-1 McClendon. The line drive right at Otis Nixon. That ends the inning. After 4, 1-0 Braves. And Tom Glavine to follow.
Here's a picture of two catchers, one with the weight of the world on his shoulders and the other guy with a 2-0 lead.
Leaned, throws him out.
Why is it tougher for Don Slaught? Well, we asked him how he handled the knuckleball before the game tonight.
And believe it or not, runs scored. Runs have been few and far between for the Pirates. And that's a rarity as well. An out made by Mark Lemke. Wakefield struck him out. Third strikeout of the night for the knuckleballer. Tim couldn't catch. He'd have to chase them around the yard. Tim says it didn't work very often. Maybe Dad taught him how to catch a line drive or two.
I think so.
1, 2, 3 go the Braves. Halfway through the ball game. 1-0 Atlanta.
Is that Bonds is all right, but they are concerned that it could swell up later in the game. Sean?
Thanks, Jim. Pirates batting in the 5th inning. Don Slaught, a deep drive to left center. At the wall, Gant. Home run! And the Cy Young battle in the National League is expected to come down to those two. Leaned on the 3-1 pitch with a lazy fly ball along the right field line into the glove of David Justice. 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. 1-1 the score. Home runs starting to be a big story in this postseason. The organizational people, when they told me that he could help us, but I had never seen him throw a single pitch. Not in the minors, not in spring training, not in a regular season game. Pendleton with a high throw, but Bream was able to glove it. Wakefield is the second out of the 5th inning. 1-1 the score. That's ball 4 just outside. Reedus is on again. Just the second walk thrown by Glavine. A 2-out base runner for Pittsburgh in the 5th inning. Game tied at 1. We're just chatting it up with his former teammate Bream. Jay Bell's struggle continues. That ends the inning. But the Pirates have tied it on a Slaught home run and will return to Three River Stadium after this word from your local station. Les Hall at Florida Tech. He also spends time in his off seasons working out with the women's basketball team at Florida Tech. Leaned. Throws Nixon out. The Lady Panther basketball coach is John Reynolds, and he says the only thing about Tim's basketball ability that's similar to his knuckleball.
To the St. Louis Cardinals. The Cardinals could have won the '64 pennant without him.
Well hit to left, but room for Bonds just in front of the track. 2 down in the 6th inning. 1-1 the score. Probably a hard-throwing little leaguer. Terry Pendleton back to the mound. Wakefield throws him out. 1, 2, 3 go the Bravos. After 5.5. 1-1 the score. Van Slyke, Bonds, and King. A bullet down the line, right field corner, fair ball. Van Slyke on his way to second. He'll stop there with a leadoff double. Pirates trying to take their first lead in the series right here. Well hit. On the run, Nixon in center. He is there to make the catch. And Slyke tags and takes third. The go-ahead run, 90 feet away with 1 out.
He almost overslid. Looks like a changeup away.
King lines it toward the gap ahead. It gets by Justice. The Pirates have their first lead in the series, and Jeff King has a double. Pittsburgh in the regular season, and on the short end of a 2-1 score at the moment. The 1-2 pitch. Defensive swing, and McClendon couldn't get it.
That was the pitch he wanted on Jeff King, but unfortunately for Glavine.
A lot of Mr. Octobers walking around now. There was a man who already claimed that a long time ago, but Mark Lemke deserves that title, and they're chanting for Chico here in Pittsburgh. Off the end of the bat and grounded to second to Lemke. That ends the inning. Pirates strand two, but they take the lead on doubles by Van Slyke and King after 6. 2-1 Pittsburgh.
I'm going to hit it to right field, and he did.
So Tim Wakefield is working with the lead. Justice hit it sharply, but Reedus made a nice play. 1 out. We're in the 7th. 2-1 in favor of Pittsburgh. Justice now 1 for 3. Sid Bream, the last Brave to reach base. He hit the home run. It provided Atlanta with its only run to this point in the 4th inning. And that's a pop-up. Jay Bell. 2 outs.
And Milt said, I'll tell you what, if you take him out, the guys who are going to be happiest are the St. Louis Cardinals.
That's well hit down the line. Hooking toward the pole. It is a home run. Ron Gant has tied the game at 2. A mammoth shot by Ron Gant, his 2nd home run of the series, the other the grand slam. And we begin again in the 7th inning with a new ball game. 2-2 the score.
Wow. Off the facade, the lower facade down the line here at Three Rivers.
Now Berryhill, first ball swinging. That ends the inning. That quiets the crowd as well. The home run by Gant ties it at 2 at the 7th inning stretch.
I mean, this is not clear cut. I think the Pirates, there is some thought about pinch hitting and maybe scoring a run by putting that leadoff guy on base.
Wakefield thrown out by Blauser, 1 out. I think the flip side of that is the bullpen for Pittsburgh is not at strength, and you have a guy who's pitched pretty well. 2-2 the score. Gary Reedus is the batter. Went on base all 3 times with a triple, a double, and a walk. And now he has another hit. Cut off by Nixon in the gap, and that holds Reedus to a long single. So he's lacking only the home run now for the cycle.
That's a fine play by Otis Nixon, as you see Bobby Cox having.
Reedus is not running. Bell pulls one into the left field corner. Reedus on his way to 3rd and being held up at 3rd as Bell strolls into 2nd with a double. Mike Stanton into the 2-2 ball game to face Andy Van Slyke. He has now appeared in all 3 games in this series. 2-2 the score. 2 men in scoring position with 1 out in the Pirates' 7th. Van Slyke with a high fly ball to deep right. Justice with room. That'll be deep enough to get the run in. Both runners trying to move up. The throw goes to 3rd. Bell's there safely. Reedus has scored, and the Bucks lead again 3-2. Runner at 3rd. 2 down. Bonds, a line drive to center. Nixon on the run makes the catch. We've played 7, and it's been a thriller. 3-2 Pittsburgh. Yes, finally. Lemke, great catch by Wakefield. Lemke hit a bullet, and for the 2nd time tonight, Wakefield made a great stab of a line drive. batting for the pitcher, Stanton. Big swing and a little fly ball. Van Slyke fooled by the swing at a late start. And it stayed high enough in the air, long enough for Van Slyke to get under it for the second out of the 8th inning. The Pirates lead 3-2. Trying to get into the win column in this series.
Unless Atlanta takes the lead, I think Leland's going to have Wakefield in there for the duration.
Nixon with a gapper. And with his team down by a run, he'll stop at second. So the tying run is in scoring position with 2 outs in the 8th inning for Atlanta as Otis Nixon has his 3rd hit of the series. Another 2-2 pitch. Bounced down to third. King stayed down with it and threw him out. The Braves threaten but do not score, and we go to the bottom of the 8th. Still 3. New pitcher for the Atlanta Braves. Their 3rd of the night is right-hander Mark Wohlers.
So I think Wakefield's out of there.
Near the rail. Nice play. Berryhill reached in the photographer area to make a terrific catch for the first out of the inning. Miles per hour. That's a bullet off Wohlers. He's still down as the ball rolls toward third, and Espy is safe. Well, when you throw it hard, sometimes they hit it hard, and unfortunately for Wohlers, not only did Espy hit it hard, but he hit it off the body of Wohlers. The 1-1 with the runner going. Dribbled down to first. Bream's only play is at first. 2 outs. And now Espy is in scoring position. Wohlers with the 0-1 to right center field, but Nixon was shifted over in that area, and he makes the catch. The Pirates leave a runner in scoring position. They've stranded 8. We go to the 9th. Pendleton, Justice, and Bream do up. It's 3-2 Pittsburgh. Wakefield's 0-2. Chopped to second to lean. 1 out in the 9th.
Justice got a break then, and so did the Braves.
Now the payoff pitch. Lifted, but Van Slyke has room in front of the track. 2 down. Popped up. That should end it. Jay Bell calls for it. And the Pirates win. What a performance by Tim Wakefield.